The market doesn't know which way to move, and the economy has this two-faced Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing going on, and I am going to explain it all right here today. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. What we are going to have a deep dive into today is the reality of the circumstance of today's economy and how that relates both Main Street and Wall Street to you. What you are looking at right here is part of the moneygps.com, but I'll give you a sneak peek. Anybody who gets in knows about this. And essentially, what we have are these factors. I call this the macro compass. But these factors right here are what are going to impact you directly in the short, medium, and long term. And of course, there are things like the national debt that in the short term, not so much of a big deal, but the longer out you look, that becomes a big concern. So, of course, when we take a look at these things here, it is a direct impact on the amount of money that the taxpayer, have to pay as a result of interest. Interest on the debt burdens you. You may not feel it. You may say, I'm not paying that interest. I pay my mortgage, I pay my credit card. You are paying it through your taxes. The interest gets paid before healthcare, before education, and so on. That's an important thing. When we look at what's happening with the Federal Reserve, understand that they are now in this wait and see moment. That is going to affect everything I say here today, but of course, what happens in the next several weeks and months. Right now, the Federal Reserve is stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they're saying, what are we going to do when we have this inflation rate that is so stubborn? We can't get this thing to go to a place where things make a lot of sense for people, for employers, for businesses. We're going to stay where we are. We can't cut it down to zero right now because, as you will see in some of the data I'll show you today, we've got a little issue with 3.8 core CPI at 3.8%. I don't know how in the world they measure these things. That's not the real number, but that's their number. And I'll show you the real inflation number in a second. Looking at this in the short, medium, and long term, we have to understand that this affects people differently. Businesses, traders, investors, hedge funds, pension funds, they're all going to interpret this data and they have to take it all in. But you, the individual, you get hit in your wallet where it counts. Number one thing, expect energy prices to increase. Electricity prices are set to increase a lot. Keep that in mind. It's going to happen. The next thing, when we look at long-term inflation expectations, as I said a moment ago, we're looking at the U.S. national debt. Unpayable, not going to be resolved, not going to be solved by anybody. And the government, they only decide, the so-called conservatives only decide how much more spending there will be. There's going to be more. How much more, though? Is it a lot more? Is it even more than a lot more? We'll see. And of course, productivity growth, whether that's going to come from artificial intelligence and so on, that remains to be seen. But here it is. It is important to just watch that, to look at what's happening with that. And of course, AI, that's where that's going to come from. This boost to the GDP, the growth. Well, of course, there are definite risks, potential negative risks in the short term, but why the long term as well? Because companies are employing people or they are outsourcing to get their productivity increased. Wait a minute, how do we increase productivity? I got an idea. Let's take our, the resources we have, and let's use AI, robots, and automation to replace people. They initially thought this was going to happen with building houses and, trades kind of work. No, that wasn't first. That's taking longer. It's going to happen. It already is. Number one, funny enough, with coding, with programming, all of that stuff. Now it's extending into other things, which are white collar jobs. It's not only going to be cheaper, it's faster. How fast is it? The coding work that I am doing is approximately, let's say, 10 times faster. It will be in the next little while, maybe by the end of the year, will be 100 times faster. That's not an exaggeration. 100 times faster than a human. Oh, and by the way, it has a 140 IQ and it knows every single industry. Try to compete with that. Okay. We have inflation remaining sticky. This is a global number of 4.5%. Doesn't matter. When we look at it, inflation is high everywhere. Services, goods, name it, it's up. You know that. This is talking about what's happening in China. They have their own issues, but their AI stuff has really advanced. Okay, really advanced over the last little while. They're starting to get some attraction there. Some companies from around the world are using their AI. They're becoming more attractive as a result of that. They're going to go headfirst into it. They're going to manufacture the data centers, everything. They are going all in, all in. You are impacted by all of this. So if they're going to use more energy, if they're going to have to do all these things, well, guess what? You're going to pay. You're going to pay because those data centers are real energy intensive. That's just one aspect, but I'll show you why. Your real inflation. So this is part of the moneygps.com as well. And you could look at the official CPI, hilarious. And then the 1980s method, you've seen that from Shadow Stats. So you can put your mouse over there and you can get the Shadow Stats description, 9.4%. Okay, all right. And this is your real inflation. So you would have to input your own details. And by the way, it looks kind of a little wonky on here because this is within the presentation window, but members have a proper screen on that. And you could just look at that. Okay, let's say my healthcare. All right, plus 6% on the healthcare. Not so sure about that. I can take this and I can look at it and increase my healthcare costs, and I can bring that up to 20%. Let's say that's the real number. Then I can come up here, your real inflation, 6.4%. 6.4%. So there it is. That's my real inflation. All right, cool. That's good. And I can, increase or decrease, and I can change the weights. If I want to show those weights, I could look at it and I could say how much weight it has. Like, for example, housing, 34%. These numbers are roughly accurate, but of course you modify it to what you desire. But what does that mean to us? Well, it means that if my inflation is like this, I need to keep ahead of that inflation. So that's why I built this section at the bottom. Can you beat your inflation? Well, depending on what assets you had. If you had gold and silver the last few years, I mean, you've done well because of where it's moved. If you had cash, not so good. Not so good, right? We want to have cash. We want to have a rainy day fund, but we don't want to keep too much cash. That's how we get destroyed. All right? Grocery prices up. Everything is up. We need to stay ahead. Part of the things that we need to realize is we need to keep some capital, some cash, some stuff just sitting and waiting because things happen. Bad things happen. We need to be prepared and we need to be aware that anything could change at any moment. That's it. Okay, that's that. Then we need to have real assets, especially in times of inflation. And that's part of the reason why gold and silver have done so well. Gold and silver doing so well is a sign that currency is being devalued. And do you think that they're going to devalue the currency even more in the coming days, weeks, years? I would say so. And that means you need to have a percentage of your portfolio in real assets. And then we could look at paper. Paper has its own advantages too, but it's those percentages where we're going to look at and make the decision for ourselves where we think we should be. Okay, just looking at the rate cuts to bring this full circle. Rate cuts are an extremely, extremely important thing to take a look at. Why? Because when we see what the Federal Reserve is doing, their actions are going to impact everything from mortgage rates and businesses and how much debt they're taking and the ability to roll over debt and all these things. So we need to watch that. And they're not planning on cutting. There's a FOMC meeting in March. The odds are close to zero for how they will be pricing that in. And that is also just a little plug. Again, the odds are on the moneygps.com. 2. I think I actually might have that here. But when we see this, we need to pay close attention. The economy, they're, looking at it, of course, unemployment rate 3.8%. That is the thing that people should be watching, should watch very, very closely. Okay. And this is just showing us where bets are being placed right now. Where the bets are being placed is another thing. But I just wanted to show you this because you could see stock market, it's kind of, speculators are kind of saying, I'm kind of in between. But when we look at that with gold and silver, they're mostly long, mostly. We don't want it too much on one side because, of course, we need a little bit of balance. When it's too much, usually it reverses the other way, so that's dangerous. But looking at that, you can see all the other different markets as well. Okay, so too much to get into there, but just wanted to show you that. We need to watch out because smart money is reducing their tech exposure right now. Are they getting out and they're going and burying it on the ground? No, absolutely not. But it just shows us, what we can look at and what they are doing. We're starting to, put a little bit in here, a little bit in there, a little bit in there. Very important because value stocks are getting some attention right now. That should really tell everybody, okay? This is part of the fortress. This is just showing us what we need to do, everything that we've talked about today, how we do that, diversification in the right way. Defensive sectors like healthcare and utilities are one place that we got to diversify. That's basically it for today's video. If you appreciate it, hit that thumbs up. That's how you support me, okay? I want to thank you for that. So everybody should take a look at what's available for free at themoneygps.com. At themoneygps.com, I have, every time there's a YouTube video, you go in there and you will get an article that's in that YouTube video. So literally the second thing down is the YouTube video. You go in there, a beautiful article with interactive charts is built, and that is something that you can really learn from better. Those articles are better than what you will get on CNBC and Bloomberg and so on. Even if you're watching this video, you could still go there and get something out of that article for free for everybody. Then there's Compass. Compass is also free. It's a 20-minute series, many short videos explaining the fundamentals and foundation of finance to get your financial education for free. So I want to thank you for that today, for coming in and watching this video. I'm going to try to bring more and more to you. I want to thank you for being here. Thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.